In this unusual story, Chris decides to seek Hannibal's help again, just to stop Buffalo Bill. He tells Hannibal that capturing Buffalo Bill and rescuing Catherine will lead the senator to transfer her to a better prison and grant her a week's vacation annually. Subtitles. After Hannibal listens to Chris' suggestion, he smiles slightly and inquires, "Have you been recalling these things ever since you were a child?" The death of my father shocked me. He was a mayor, and one day he was taken aback by two Hannibals. They exited the hotel's back then. It's straight from a script. They killed him. He was killed. No, he was strong. He should have been fine. He only lived for a month. At that time, my mother had also passed away, and I was still pretty young. My father was my whole world, and when he left, I was completely lost. After your father passed away, where did you go? I went to my mother's house, living with her husband. In Montana, they had a family cave. How long were you there? I was there for 2 years. Don't ask why it was so short. I just ran. You almost dove into the belly of the buffalo. How could you not turn into one? He's truly a genius. Someone save me. Hannibal inquired Chris about the victim's details, and on learning of the deceased's transformation, instantly grasped the issue's root. The skull moth symbolizes transformation, and Buffalo Bill similarly longs for change. A tragic inner struggle drives his obsession with becoming someone. Hannibal had no idea that Dr. Chilton was eavesdropping on their conversation, and after Chris left, Chilton arrived. Dr. Chilton tried to squeeze the killer's whereabouts out of him to rescue Catherine and give the senator an explanation, but Hannibal's eyes were fixated on a pen. Soon enough, Hannibal got his wish and was transferred to Tennessee, temporarily held in the courthouse, planning his escape. Subtitles. In exchange, Hannibal told the senator about the killer. I saw him like hypnosis. He showed up in January or February of 1980 to my patient, Benjamin Raspel, and said to my patient there. However, Raspel became extremely frightened. Seems Louis killed a passenger, 510, 180 pounds, white hair, light eyes. Now, about 35 years old, he said he lives in Philadelphia, but that's probably fake. That's all I remember. When Chris comes to see Hannibal again, he happens to run into reporters interviewing him and ends up with only 10 minutes to chat. The conditions here were obviously much better than before, but Chris knew in his heart that Louis was a fake name. Hannibal was mad. Instead, he taught Chris how to analyze Buffalo Bill. Why did he pursue such individuals? Was it an accident? Or was it part of his job? Why did he kill people? The atmosphere suddenly became tense. The pressure of society made him feel tired and sassy. No, he was blocked. That was his personality. How are we blocked? While seeking answers, Hannibal posed another riddle to him. Now, do try to answer one. No, we're just covering up what we see every day. Don't you feel like your eyes are seeking something you desire? Well then, please tell me. No, this is your chance to tell me. Why did you leave this option? To his surprise, Hannibal again inquired about Chris' childhood. Chris' answer revealed also why the movie was named The Silence of the Lambs. Did you ever live in a cave in malaria? Subtitles. Then, that morning, I had just made my escape. Not only that, what did you do? When did you start? It was pitch dark in the morning, and then you heard some sounds. What exactly were they? What was it? A childlike voice. What did you do? I walked downstairs and took a look outside. I slipped into the bar, terrified, but I had to look inside. What exactly did you see? Subtitle. Chris. There are sheep. They were bleating. They were slaughtering the spring lambs. They were bleating. Did you run away? No, I initially tried to rescue them. I opened their door, but they wouldn't move. They just stood there, confused. They wouldn't run, but you could. You could run, right? Yes. I grabbed a sheep and ran like the wind. Where did you go? I don't know.